think we're ready to rock and roll. Good morning, YouTube. My name is Dieter the Donut Eater, and welcome back to another donut adventure. So today I went to Circle Donuts right here in Long Beach, and it is one of the more highly rated donut shops in Yelp with 100 plus reviews, which is pretty uncommon, and a lot of them are 4 stars and up, with the occasional 3 stars or below in there. I have been there one time before just to get one donut. I really enjoyed it, and I'm excited to try more of their donuts. We got a really good selection of donuts today. Before we get into all that, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. It helps me grow, and it helps you and your friends discover new donut shops. On to the donuts. So here's what we got. Maple bacon bar, maple French cruller, red velvet cake, blueberry cake, glazed old fashioned, plain glazed, of course, had to get it, a s'mores donut, and this one was really interesting. I'm pretty sure this is a filled cronut. Now, you guys know how much I love cronuts, but you guys also know how hard it is to find good cronuts in the area. And these look really good, so I'm hoping they do not disappoint. So I think we should start with the donut that I judge all donut shops by, and of course that is the plain glazed donut. So check this out, nothing too special about it, right? Just a regular plain glazed donut. It does have good height to it. You know, it's pretty light, and yeah, really thin kind of glaze, so hopefully it's good. So it is good. Nice chew. Glaze isn't too sugary. It's really small amount of glaze, which I do like. I actually really do like the chew on this. It's not too much and it's not too little. You know, it doesn't instantly like disintegrate in your mouth, nor is it too chewy. Inside has nice pockets of air, good amount of density, you know, nice squishiness, right? Oh man, that just springs back up. So this is a really good donut. I would say this is the standard for plain glazed donuts. You can't go wrong with this one. Up next, let's do one of their cake donuts, and I think we will go with their blueberry donut. So here's their blueberry donut. Good glaze on it. It's actually pretty light for a cake donut. Seems like it has a nice hard shell. Glaze isn't too thick from what it seems. Hopefully it's moist in the center. Not bad. It is it's decently moist. Not a whole lot of flavor. Mainly just kind of like dough and glaze, I guess. Not too bad. I'd say a solid 3 out of 5. But what about their red velvet cake donut? This one is just a little bit heavier, and it does seem a little bit more crisp on the outside. Maybe that's just the glaze. So hopefully it has a little bit more flavor and a little bit more moist on the inside. So probably about the same amount of moistness as the blueberry, but it does have more of a chocolate flavor, which is awesome. And I think it has chunks of chocolate in here, but not too much. All right, let's move on to their maple French crullers. I think French crullers are a very underrated kind of donut. I don't even know if they classify as a donut. I do not see a lot of shops that make them. So this one looks a little dry. I don't know if that's part of the process and how they cooked it, or maybe even the kind of ingredients that they used or did not use. But hopefully this is nice and moist and eggy on the inside. Just as it looked, it is kind of dry. It's actually quite dry for a French cruller. I do like my crullers a little bit more wet or moist and a little bit more eggy than this one. So there's a lot of air pockets in there. Good amount of air pockets, but yeah, flavor's just not there. And the maple is actually not too bad. Maybe a little too sweet. Glazed Old Fashioned. So just a plain glazed old fashioned donut. Hopefully the edges are crisp and the inside is nice and moist and dense. So I think the edges are only crisp because of the glaze, not so much because of how they were fried. So let's get into the center of this bad boy. Pretty dense, just a little dry too. Not too bad, probably wouldn't get it again, to be honest. Now let's try their maple bacon bar. A lot of shops do this. Very common donut to see in shops. 2 strips of bacon, maple glaze, pretty light. Oh yeah, sweet, salty bacon. Who doesn't love bacon? Same good chewy dough. And the bacon is actually chewy, not crispy. And that's more of a preference thing. I personally like my bacon chewy, not crispy. This is good. This is a good maple bacon donut. Up next is their s'mores donut. So I've seen a lot of s'mores donuts in my time as a donut connoisseur. I think this is the first time I've ever seen mini marshmallows with a marshmallow frosting. So not a whole lot of chocolate going on here, and it looks like pieces of graham crackers. Let's see how it tastes. Really chewy, and that's probably because of the marshmallow glaze and the marshmallows. Personally, I would have liked to have seen more chocolate instead of marshmallow. If you like marshmallows, this is definitely the donut for you. It's a good donut, just not the way I prefer my s'mores donuts. All right, on to the donut or cronut that I've kind of been waiting for, going through all these, is their cronut. Now, this is definitely one of the most uniform cronuts I have seen here in Long Beach or in Los Angeles. A lot of times they're odd shaped, not uniform. Sometimes they're flat on one side and they're really protruding out on the other side. But I saw these and these looked really good just because of how their shape and size are, super uniform. Additionally, it has a good amount of height, but this is one of these smaller cronuts that I have seen. And again, I do think this is filled because the sign did say filled cronuts. So what we're going to do, we're gonna crack this bad boy open, see what's inside. So let's get right into it. Ah, it is not filled. They lied to me. If you've seen my other cronut video, you know there is really only one way professional donut eaters eat cronuts, and that is to... my dog agrees. There's only one way for professional cronut eaters to eat cronuts, and that is to peel it layer by layer and then take a bite. Buttery, flaky, nice and chewy, sugary. What's not to love? This is definitely a good cronut. Delicious.
That is delicious. Finally, some good fucking food.
One thing I do like is that it is kind of smaller and it's made very well. Well, folks, that will wrap up this donut adventure. That was Circle Donuts here in Long Beach, California. And I will definitely have to rate them a solid 3 out of 5 donuts. Go check them out. My name is Dieter the Donut Eater, and we will see you all on the next donut adventure. Peace. Bacon's really good too.